as you can see, I've done some analysis. Actually, that was an edit that I did a few years ago that I like to do to compare my swing to the one of Rory McIlroy. And given that we made a lot of change last session, and also I didn't exactly know what I need to look for when I'm facing the camera on face-on view. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do that again and see what's the main difference here. And that was very interesting because if you rewatch it, what you will see is mainly that there is two key things that I see that then have a ripple effect after on the swing. So first of all, there is my stance. I believe it's way too wide. So I need, given that my tendency is to go wider, I think that the rule of thumb when I'm practicing here is going to be just shoulder width, not more, not slightly more, just shoulder width. My feet should be under exactly of my shoulder, basically. So that's the first step, the setup. Because then, of course, I'm rotating less because that's also more difficult. The wider the stance, more difficult it is to rotate. And then the second thing is really about the left arm. He's creating a massive stretch very early, which allows him to set the club very early. And I think that's also the key difference that I still have is I'm setting the club way too late. And so I'm going to try to do that, create much more tension, stretching my left lat to be able to set the club very early. And finally, the last third point that we are going to do extensively today is going to be the hand at the top of the backswing. Because what I found is actually his hand, or it's like my hand are getting a little bit too behind to my head. But the main reason that I think is happening compared to him the very big stretch, so his left arm is really stretched and extended, but also I believe he's resisting a lot with his right arm at the top, like this. That's why it's one of the players that have actually the straightest right arm, if you didn't know. I believe that's 60, yeah, I don't know, but it's pretty straight compared to other player. And I believe that's why his hand compared to mine are a little bit to the right. Even though on the video I match to mine, it doesn't show that much as his hand is to the right. But because that when you see him on the range when he's practicing, just chilling and so on, his hand are a lot further to the right than it is on this video. And the reason is very simple, is because when he's going after it on the golf course, he tends to, of course, have a little more spin on his backswing, and more spin on the backswing create more momentum during the transition. And of course, if you're resisting at 45 degrees usually, if the club have more momentum, you will bring your arm a little further, even though you're resisting the same way. That's the key thing to think about. And so that's mainly those three things: keeping the stance relatively narrow for me, then creating a big stretch to be able to set the club as early as possible. And what I feel is when I do that, a stretch, it's like, okay, when I'm fully stretched at the halfway point of the backswing, I have a lot of pressure on my right leg, just because the weight is there, is on the right side. And then what happens is, because the club is set, it start pulling you towards that direction, and that's why you want to resist with the right arm that pressure to go to the left. That way you can use that to actually bump a little bit your hips, use the pressure of the club actually to transfer that energy, that momentum of the club toward your lower body to actually get on your left side. So you go here, you stretch, you set the club, and then once the club starts pulling you, you resist to actually, it's almost like you have a wall here and you push against the wall to shift your weight to the left. And that's a little bit what's going on, is as the club is pulling you that way, you resist, and then you can actually shift a little bit better your weight. And there is a final thing, and this one you are going to get really interested by this. If you look at Rory's swing, there is something very subtle that he does, and I knew it for a very long time. But I believe that's the first time I understand. Maybe I'm still wrong. I mean, that's a journey of getting wrong over and over. But both of his heels are moving left at the beginning of the downswing, and I'm saying this. This is really a question of timing. When it happened is actually the most important, because this is not during the transition. This is not at the moment where he shifts his weight to the left. No. This is actually at the moment where he starts his downswing. So in the past, I thought that those two heels moving forward was a way for him to allow him to shift better into his left side. I thought that. But actually, I realized that's completely wrong. What is actually happening here is he's here, shift on his left side, and then this is, if you have a medicine ball and you're trying to throw it as hard as possible that way, what happens is you kind of have your lower body that is going to turn that way as you're throwing this that way, because you're moving so much weight and with so much power that actually if you're not weighing enough, your lower body is going to get detached for you to throw the club, the medicine ball. And this is mainly what happened with this swing. Because what I believe is, at the beginning of his downswing, because he's trying to rotate over the top like this, pulling as hard as he can the club, which have actually a lot of momentum behind him, what happens is by doing that, the heel are forced to move forward because the lower body is actually moving on the opposite direction. That's basically, he activates his obliques so hard that he's doing something like that. And once you're in that position, then this is much easier to continue pushing with the right leg, because when you move your heels that way, your hips is kind of start to extend, and so you can continue extending it to finish the rotation. And by doing so, you have a lot of weight on your left leg, so you can push off the ground very easy. So what is going on here? Trackman. Okay, some issue with the updates. So that's mainly. So I'm not going to work on all of this. Now that I have it in my head, I know I won't be able to not do it. But as you saw in the last session, we are doing super speed training, overspeed training with a speed stick. So we are going to continue that. But I realized that all of what I've basically that's just the end of the year, and I have between my father's birthday this weekend, where we drink a lot of alcohol, Christmas coming in, and New Year's, and so on. Even though I want to speed train, there is so much that I'm figuring out at this moment between technique, the camera, because now I'm trying to talk and make the video a little more interesting, so there is a lot going on with that. So I believe we are actually really going to start in January with very focused training, and currently I'm at 3 training per week, plus 3 on every other day in the gym, but because I kind of want to say chill for now, but in January this is going to be 6 days a week with 1 gym session and 1 golf session. And I have this goal where I want to actually lose fat at this moment, and there is a kind of a synergy going on, maybe even though you might not see it at first, with speed training. Because last year what I did was mainly trying to let's set the track, man. Here we go. Let's go. So yeah, lastly, I was kind of bulking at the same time I was speed training, and so the idea was to allow my body to be at its best to push speed. And all I found is, okay, that's great to create a very big difference between your baseline swing and your max capable swing. That's good, but that's not that's good for long drivers. But us as golfers, we want to increase our baseline, and so I want to try something different this winter to push speed. Well, I want to get very tired. What's going on? Why aren't it's kind of beeping? What's happening here? Or maybe the update worked. I don't know. Let's just eat a fuel like this anyway. If it's not working, that's okay. So yes, I want to try to. So, but because when you are losing fat, you're kind of running low on energy, and the idea is I want to force myself, my nervous system, to be more efficient. And running low on energy is kind of a way to do that. So, and also I need to lose fat because I'm a little bit. I need to get down to 10%. That's a way for me to increase my endurance. But by not having enough energy, I will force myself to be more efficient. And therefore, by being more efficient, the baseline of my speed will increase. That's at least my belief. What's yeah, it's weird. What's going on? Okay, maybe this time it's going to work. So yeah, that's mainly all the things, and so we are going to put some great foundation now with the video, the technique, and so on. And I try to have this all nailed down by January, because you currently probably are going to see that on, I believe, going to post that on the 29th of December. Currently, we are 15th of December. So that's because I have a lot of videos that I had in the backlog that I didn't do for a while, and now I'm uploading them as fast as I can. But I'm not going to do that much station from now in between. Probably I will have enough video to start in January. And then in January, I will try on the 1st of January to do a video and to post it a day after, because of course, or maybe I'm doing one on 13th December for the new year and then post it on January 1st. Maybe, I don't know, but I believe that at that point we will start getting live. So every session I do, I will post it just with 24-hour delay, just to have time to do the edit and so on. There's something below my feet that's bothering me. Computer. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, alcohol is not working very well with energy level and recovery, as you might have guessed. Okay, TrackMan seems to be set. I need to restart the recording. Let's go, and let's connect to the TrackMan, because enough torque, it's time to actually grind. You know what, since everything is kind of messy, I'm going to stop and just restart everything once it's working, so we can go from there. Okay, I believe this is working now, so let's go, let's get it. So let's work things progressively. First, just a big stretch of the left lat and really narrow stance for me. Oh, and probably so just a few swing, because the what we are working on is with the driver today, every day, all day. But the downswing feel interesting to do what I just explained. Just fire the obliques very hard, trying to go over the top with the upper body, not pushing the club, pulling the club over the top as you are doing that, and then continuing to rotate. Feel okay. So we'll see. Okay, so five shots. That's what I want. No need to go further than that. So warming up. It's interesting stuff are going to come with the driver. So I'm a little bit tired, but that doesn't mean we can't do great things. So big stretch, let's try that. Narrow stance, narrow. Of course, I'm very slow now. That's normal because I'm kind of just trying to do things. TrackMan is not loaded. Anyway. Oh, I didn't select the club. Let's go. Oh. Again, gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So how is the audio? I'm just wondering. Do you think it's better or worse than last time? So yeah, feel kind of okay. Just a few. Let's try to add the resistance after the stretch. Okay. Feel very weird. I'm not gonna lie. Probably, yeah. Time to adapt. And I haven't put my phone yet because I don't have a lot of power. So I'm charging it at the moment, but we are going to put that just once we are with the driver. So iron for now, I just try to feel the motion. And also because that's something, when you want to work on your driver, since the iron are very different, at the moment, I'm not really trying to focus on my iron swing. It's almost like I'm trying to prime the motion that I want to execute with the driver, but with my iron, trying to feel everything exactly the way I want it. So when I arrive with the driver, everything is in place. Because if you start by warming up with the iron, but you're actually starting using your iron swing when you arrive with your driver, then you are going to have another warm-up time with the driver to actually rechange all the patterns. That's even more complex. Not very efficient way to spend your time. And what I feel is it's almost I try to get wide and never set the club during the, even though I'm setting it, it's more a reaction of doing the right thing. But it's kind of, I try to stay wide and then in the downswing, really narrows, which create lag. But when before, and that's a funny thing, is actually, even though I'm not able to set the club right, I was trying to set it as much as possible, but mainly by pulling the right arm rather than pushing the left. And then I try to retain the lag, but that doesn't really work. When you actually are retaining the lag from creating during the backswing, and then during the backswing you are increasing it, that's much easier to hold. One last, and then we move on to the 5-wood. That's not that bad. I just feel weird, but that's okay. That's okay. That's something we can build on. And yeah, so what we are going to do, because I want to work on face on, but I also want to make those little videos the one that you see at the beginning. So what we are going to do, because I want to do a before and after the session, just to see if there is any meaningful difference. So I'm going to leave you there, because this is the video that I'm recording with this camera that actually I'm using for the edit. So first, face on with the camera down the line of my iPhone, so I can validate, okay, down the line this look okay. Once we have that, validate that, and that I have the record from face on, we're going to switch you from down the line and the camera, my iPhone from face on. That way I can work on it, really see, have the feedback, and then at the end we will switch again to have the record at the end of how it looks. So 5-wood, let's get it. Also, I renew my TrackMan subscription, because if you didn't know, TrackMan has a subscription for the software. So you have basically the raw data, but there is a lot of things that are going on, and maybe there is some updates. So we'll probably do some golf course at some point, but I don't know if today is a good day for that. So you see, I'm taking my 5-wood and my stance already get way too wide. Shoulder width apart. Not more, not less, just shoulder width. Then I'm creating a big stretch, trying to go inside because I don't want to start too outside it. And when I'm big stretch, and then once I'm halfway point, I'm start resisting, and then I fire. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Yeah, remember I was cruising at 105 before? I'm working on speed, but it seems that I'm getting slower and slower. But as you will see, because just after we warmed up with the driver, we're going to do the speed stick. As long as the speed sticks continue to improve, it means that I'm on the right path. Stance, narrow, and big stretch. That's so fucking weird. 89. because okay, big stretch and resist, big stretch and resist. If I can have the top of my backswing really well by the end of this session, that will be a very nice thing. Doesn't matter where the ball goes. I just try to, okay, big stretch with the left side and resist with the right to shift my way to the left. That's it. You know what? Even if I miss the ball, that's okay. Just get the backswing right. Big stretch. Resist. This mainly I'm trying to create that big resistance here and almost on diagonal here to transfer the energy from the club toward my here. And so because once I'm passing here, the club starts pulling. So if I'm resisting with my right arm, I can transfer that energy toward my left here. That's at least my left foot, because we talked in past session that this is not the left here, this is the front, the left foot that we need to transfer the weight. Anyway, so big stretch. Oh, that's so weird. So I have really no idea how this microphone, even if it's, it seems to be working. So we'll see. But I really hope it's great, because I mean, not expensive, but a little bit. DJI Mic 2, I believe that's its name. So let's try to just big stretch. Yeah, I'm not going enough on my left side at the top. Make it very weird. Big stretch. Yeah, because the more I'm pushing to the left, the more it's difficult for me to go to the right. No, more I'm pushing to the right, the more difficult it is for me to go to that, at least in terms of sensation. So I need to be a little bit more aggressive with it. So narrow stance. Oh. Fuck. Right, one last, and we are moving to driver. Just a baseline of what the swing look like at the beginning and to what the swing is going to look like at the end. Yeah, every time I'm not doing the downswing the way I told you, with kind of firing the obliques and having the two heel moving a little forward. Yeah, I'm kind of doing a shitty thing. And on this ball, I actually did it, or tried to did it, and that's almost my best ball so far. So yeah, probably we're on something. Yeah, I just need to be able to fire everything the right sequence and the right way. That's something I'm wondering. Am I talking too much, too little? No, I don't believe too little, because I'm kind of a socially awkward guy, and when I think I'm talking to someone, not say socially awkward, but yeah, I have a little social anxiety, let's say the least. And yeah, when I'm facing someone, like here, I'm thinking that I'm talking to someone. May speak too much. Sometimes just shut the fuck up, man. But also I'm scared, because, and that's what social anxiety is, by the way, is being scared of interacting with people. is I know myself. I know if I just locked in, I would not talk for 1 second and just do things. And maybe that's what I want to see. Maybe I need to balance sometime a little bit. So let's focus. With the driver, let's just try to do a simple swing, which is going to establish the baseline, not necessarily focusing too much on the new element of technique. So I'm taking my stance pretty natural, and let's go. I'm already starting to forget how I'm swinging before. Yeah, that was something like that, I believe. But yeah, something like that. Let's try to accelerate a little bit with the. Okay, 1-6, dead straight. Not even sure the TrackMan is rightfully aligned, but anyway. So just 2 more like that. Yeah, I'm absolutely not focusing on the technique because we are going to do a lot of it. And yeah, just 2 more like that. Just swing it. That's horrible to see how slow I'm becoming. Okay, so time to start the work. So what we are going to do? I'm going to do like 20 balls, focusing on the technique with the driver. Then we are going to do the overspeed to trying to figure out how to develop power with that motion, because that's okay to be slow at the beginning when you are developing a new motion. And what's interesting is understand how you can produce more power with that new motion. And so this is what we are going to do. Once I'm comfortable with the new element of the technique I want to implement, I'm going to try to develop power with the speed stick, and then trying to put everything together after to really push speed with the new element technique and with the camera in front of me, so I can make sure everything is in place. So let's put on the iPhone down the line, just hit a few to make sure, okay, with the right technique, I'm able to be at the right place down the line, because this is the easiest one, and then we move on face on. Yes, yeah, just checking the microphone. Don't worry. I don't know why. Currently, I'm kind of very cold. Not now, but during the day, and now it's even more freezing than during the day because it's night, and yet I'm kind of really hot actually. Yeah, a little bit too warm, let's say. And I don't know why. Maybe my body's kind of getting used to the fact that I'm outside at this time, and so maybe it's preparing myself to be very warm because I know it needs to be. And during the day, maybe it's kind of conserving energy for later. I don't really know how that works, but maybe that's the case. Not sure. Okay, is it good? We'll see. Video, let's go. So, we're focusing on technique now. Probably some very low, probably sub 100 speed. That's okay. So, narrow stance. Really big stretch. Almost directly from the start. And then we resist. Is it okay? Oh, yes. Perfect. I just want to see if I'm in the frame. Okay. Oh, that's actually... Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. That actually looked pretty cool. Just, of course, I'm not used to that, and I'm not doing the downswing very well, but the swing kind of looked cool. Over 100. Let's go. Personally, I think that's pretty awesome. So it seems that it is okay. Let's use 2 or 3 more balls, and then I believe we are fine. We can move on to face on, because I thought I had to do a lot more modification to get it right, but apparently I'm wrong. Apparently it's good from the get-go. So big stretch. Again, I forgot my my water. I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I may need to just leave one in the car to make sure I'm not. And that's really weird for me to get a narrow stance, because I feel that the wider I get, the more power I have. That's I know. I mean that's just a miss. Right. I feel, despite the fact that I'm trying to get as wide as possible, I feel so compact that I really don't like it. I'm not used to do it. I mean, the backswing is absolutely beautiful. That's that's something I like, because if I don't like my swing, I'm not going to be consistent with the technique. But in terms of sensation, I have no clue how to generate power like that, with that. Okay. Okay, a little faster. I try to really get a little bit more to my right side, and then a little more to the left. A little faster. Okay, 5 balls. That was the target. 5 balls. Let's move on from face on, and you from down the line. Up. I believe face on and me. Oh, anyway, just wait a minute. Up. Oh, I have too much stuff. Cable, too much cable here. Up. Cable. You see all the stuff that are going on here? I mean, that's not the casual practice session that you are doing where you go you just take your bag and go to the ranch, enjoy, you know. No, we are kind of far from this kind of practice session here. Far. Okay, seems good like this. Yeah, may need you need to get up a little bit. Let's get you up a fraction. Okay, good to go. Seems. Let's just adjust the height of the hyphen. And here we go. Should be okay here. Let's check that. First swing. Don't be too much exigent. So let's change the tag from new because we have stopped warming up. But yes, tech for technical work. I believe that's about it. So we are going to go for about, I believe, let's say 20 balls. 20 balls because I don't want to get too tired before the overspeed training. And we are going to try to get as close as possible to a perfect swing. So, okay. I mean, not a perfect swing, but a perfect backswing. That's really the key. First of all, stance is already too wide. I'm not setting the club soon enough. Okay, that's okay. That's mainly what we need to work on, so that's okay. So here, getting my right side, pushing as wide as I can. Just load the club. Halfway point, resist and shift. Okay, that look better. But I'm completely stuck at the top. Just the way I see it. So what Rory says, because there is a lot of things that Rory says, but there isn't everything. So we need to listen and try to understand a little bit what's behind the line. One of the things I say, and I believe that those one or maybe the one that you can actually listen to, is so it gets wide, and before everything happens, it really shifts to the left. I'm going to try to do that because it seems that okay, I need to keep working on it, but I'm able to set relatively the club relatively soon enough. I still need to work on it, but that's better. Keeping my arm a little more to the right, so that we saw about where I want to be. But then this is the downswing that is not correct. Of course, the more I'm going to shift, because for me personally, and that's not Rory, because Rory is kind of he's saying it's more right side dominant. For me, the left leg is kind of that doesn't look that bad. But that's kind of where I'm thinking that there is an issue because I kind of really rigid, and sometimes Rory does that as well. He's kind of getting a little bit rigid with his motion, but there is some swing, and very few, and generally the angle where we see it the best is kind of almost 45 or 30 degrees toward the front, and we can see the real, just a free flowing motion where it doesn't seem to be rigid, and that quite even the opposite, it seems to be very loose. To say this, I don't get that, because I believe that's what I told you. It's, yeah, I get wide, and try to stay wide, and when I start, bam, I'm kind of creating massive amount of lag, and that I don't get. And maybe this is what so try to stretch my left arm. Okay, that's okay if I'm not setting the wrist that much, trying to keep the club as far away from me until I'm on my left side, and once I'm on my left side, then I kind of build the lag and release. Oh, that's interesting. That's faster also as well. My stance. Fuck it. You see, my wrist was better. Kind of down cooking a little bit at the beginning of the downswing. My hands are still very much too much behind my head. There's something I want to see, because what I found is the head of Rory McIlroy stay very still at the top of his backswing, but that's because probably he's resisting to the left. And yeah, you see, at that point, I kind of get, when my arm start getting a little too far, when it passes the halfway point, it's like my head get pulled out to the left, where Rory is at this point is actually staying very still. And I believe generally when you are doing that, he's staying still. It's probably because at that point the club have momentum and it's pulling you to the right. So if you don't resist to the left, you cannot stay centered. So that's probably what's happening here. Once I'm reaching the halfway point, I really need to pull really hard to the left to be able to keep my head center. So let's just focus on that and come back to the lag thing just after. Yeah, big stretch, and then trying to keep my head as much to the left as possible. That's normal. In terms of speed, that's not what we're looking for here. Yeah, so that's actually what's going on. My head stays still here. You see, nothing is moving. Yet I at that point I actually tried to move my head forward. So interesting. So let's now try to. I know. I mean, that may feel very weird the way I'm working, but I'm kind of very self-aware of my body. I believe every time I do something, I actually do it. I don't need to do a lot of things. That's both a strength and a weakness, because the main weakness I have is I don't allow the pattern to consolidate in my nervous system, but it allows me to iterate through the techniques, through the improvement I want to make much faster. So that's kind of you have the two sides of the same coin. That's why I always said I don't really have a technique, because I can do pretty much whatever I want. I can change everything I want very fast, and that's both my strength and my weakness. Whereas there is people that have their swing, they can swing their own swing, they struggle a lot to change their technique, but on the other hand, they allow their neural system to consolidate and get better with the same motion, because they are repeating the same motion over and over, and they struggle to change. So that's kind of, there isn't right and wrong answer. This is just you, and you're learning how to make it work for you. So here, really away, my arm away, to then create lag. Stance smaller, we said. And of course, I just realized that of course, the more I'm going to resist here, the more I'm going to give space inside for the club to come back inside. I believe, yes, 5.5 degrees inside is a little bit too much. And that's why I said, with the two heel moving forward, you are actually moving over the top. Maybe why? Because if you are doing everything together, let's try to do one with everything together. Stance narrow. Okay, we have some kind of speed. That's not that impressive, to say the least. But that's okay. Yeah, I'm staying way too high, not using the ground enough. Probably because I'm too rigid. 7. Okay, 7 shotter. Thought we were much deeper into the session. That's maybe because I'm a little bit tired and I'm running low on energy. But yeah, I believe I kind of all the parameters here. Just that even though I'm able, I'm coming back on what I said, but I'm able to change things quickly. But the more thing you add, the more change you add at once, the more complex it is, because I'm basically swinging on conscience level. And to be able to do a lot of things right at the same time, you cannot do that. The things are happening way too fast in the golf swing. I believe I'm kind of okay because I'm able to do 1, 2, or even 3 things at the same time on the conscious level. But at the moment, we are doing almost 5. I'm doing the takeaway with the wide and stretching the left lat, resisting with the right side during the transition, keeping the club away to build lag, then in the downswing, moving. I'm almost. I basically have 6 or 7 things at the same time at the moment. That's way too much. I'm kind of reaching my own limits here. Let's just narrow stance, narrow. So let's try to simplify. What are the key things that I need to work on? And we are at least doing that today. Really trying to extend my left arm as much as possible, creating a big stretch to try to set the club with my left arm only, and trying to keep my right arm just relaxed but also extended. That's the first key. And then on the downswing is really going to my left side and doing this motion over the top that we've talked about earlier. And I believe once I'm able to do those basic stuff, then the lag motion is going to amplify everything. But I need to be able to do the basic stuff first. Wide, left, and go. Yeah, I'm not getting to my left side. Hello, that's really it's really annoying. And by actually focusing on less, I'm going to be able to move a little bit faster, I believe. But big stretch on the left, not setting the club enough, but that's okay. Actually, this swing didn't look that bad. I tried to go a little faster, but it didn't look that bad. I'm not moving my heel. At least enough. Let's try to really just rotate. Okay, 107. I mean, probably I think I have all the elements. I just need to keep at it. Yeah, the backswing pretty cool. Start looking good. Just I'm not comfortable yet. Stance a little more narrow. Yeah, didn't feel that great, this one. 13. Yeah, I believe I'm missing water. I'm too tired because usually I don't even count the number of balls. I'm just going after it again and again and again. I'm just completely exhausted. Every ball is painful as F. Oh dear, water. I want water for Christmas. And also it seems that this motion is much more rotative. Since I don't have the width of my stance that I'm used to, I need to actually create motion much more by rotating. Yeah, that's getting freaking closer. Left side, rotate. Yeah, I'm counting every single ball. Yeah, that's so close. Yet I'm so far from it. No, yeah, that's so close in terms of fluid, but yet every little nuances that are not there are making all the difference. And we can see that in terms of speed, I'm pretty much 15 miles per hour slower, or even almost 20 miles per hour slower. Yeah, I'm kind of. It's just that this motion of rotation over the top, it's something that feels very, very weird. But I believe that's really the key here. I need to find. Oh yes. Yeah, the real difference here is I'm not getting to my left side nearly enough. Nearly enough. And the issue is when I do, I have my upper body that is going with it. Okay, yes, that was a good shift, but then I fucked up. in the downswing. So let's try to focus only on the heel for now. Just same, move to the left side. Focus only, not to say activating my upper body like that, but just moving both heel as I'm doing it. I don't know. That feels so weird. In essence, that kind of look okay. But it's probably because, yeah, I believe I'm eating the meat, maybe. I'm not sure that's English to say that. But yeah, probably I'm start farting with my old patterns. That may be why. So here. What's interesting is I start feeling that I'm forced to create more and more separation during the downswing between my upper and lower body. Okay, that's kind of cool. My head doesn't move that much. Yeah, that's really some subtle things that are just the habit, because of course throughout my career I swing for years and years and years. And so maybe I just need to keep going at it and probably get more and more comfortable with the motion. But at least we are getting somewhere around 105. I know that's not incredible, but compared to the 98 and 90 we had earlier, I guess for me that's a win. Oh, we reached 21 balls. So that's time for speed training. And actually, I brought another camera, so you see the number, because I want you to see the number. Don't want to just train, and I don't want you to believe me. I want you to see for yourself what's going on. Okay, so we have the 3-speed stick, the shaft. So before the shaft, because I believe also so that I had the sensation that because I believe the shaft is a very good way to see if you are using lag effectively or not. And I believe that's why every time I put 2 hands on my club, and we saw that on video, I'm kind of releasing my lag too early. That may be why I'm not able to generate that much speed with 2 hands on the shaft. But by staying wide and then collapsing, I might be able to just accelerate through very, very fast. So we'll see. But first I'm going to do a few green stick to warm up, because the shaft, as I told you, is very, very hard on the ligament and tendons. So we don't want to hurt ourselves here. Tack, we put that here. Let's get the second camera. Yeah, I'm well equipped, let's say the least. Because I'm trying to build another business. I mean, a business for me to help my golf career, because what I want to do is actually go to the US and do Monday qualifiers, because I believe that's the quickest way to reach my goal. I don't want to spend years grinding on other tools. So anyway, that's not the point here. The point is I need money to get to the US and to actually sustain the lifestyle, because I believe that a lot of people just try the Monday qualifier, but since they are not earning that much money or at all, they have to stop at some point. And if I want to keep going at it again and again and get better and better at it to the point where I'm able to qualify for PGA Tour events consistently, well, I need money. I need a consistent amount of money to sustain that lifestyle. And so that's what I want to do with my I don't know if you can see it here. But I don't want to put it too close. I don't want to put it too close because if it's too close, I'm at risk to kind of hit it. So let's put it there. If I'm risking to actually hurt it, I will just try to zoom, put it a little bit further, like that. So anyway, so I'm building kind of an online business around content creation and also to help online entrepreneurs. Honestly, that's freaking scary. Nah, I won't be able. I can't do it. I can't swing as hard as I can and seeing that just right there. That's not possible. Sorry, guys. If I need a third tripod. Maybe like this would be okay. Maybe a miracle zoom. But yeah, no. Well, that ain't gonna happen. So I'm trying to help online entrepreneurs. So I'm building an app because I need a business that I can do pretty much everywhere in the world. So that's mainly online, because if I depend on a location, I will not be able to travel around the world for the PGA Tour events. That's one thing. And so to do that, I'm also doing some content creation and so on. That's why I have all those gears. And I believe that's a good way for me to also share my journey of going to the PGA Tour. Anyway, let's warm a little bit and try to feel those motions that we felt and figure out how we can. So I believe the best way to generate power is really to stay wide and then collapse to the lag part. So let's try to get wide and collapse, bam. Okay, 120. Not that bad. That's not that good. Oh, and what I felt is actually I'm not getting that much. I'm getting a little bit on my left side, but I'm staying kind of behind the ball, actually. What I was doing just before is I was getting my left side, but getting my head also a little bit too forward, and then which build my upper body. Here I'm still kind of behind, so interesting. Okay. $119. Okay, we're slower, so clearly that's not something I'm used to. And also, yeah, so we have this motion. $122. Okay, we're warming up slowly. So I believe that, yeah, maybe I should put it just right there. The sheet. So the PB, I believe, is green is 126. Well, 127, I don't remember. The blue one is 119. The red is 113. So let's go with that. First, the shaft. $130. I haven't put any effort to it. That's just kind of the baseline I want to beat with two hands, because if by not going after it, just whipping the shaft through the air, I'm getting 130. I'm not able to do better with my swing. It means it's pretty insanely inefficient. So wide and wide and whoosh. $125. Okay, that's not the worst we had. It's not the best we had either. Oh, 136. So what I did here is I just tried to, instead of trying this motion where I'm going over the top and so on, I tried to stay wide and then lag, and we got 136. Pretty good. But I would like, because this motion, try to find, oh yeah, that's, and maybe I need to kind of rotate vertically like that. So here, okay. Oh, 130, 130. I believe we are getting somewhere here. 130. And that didn't feel bad at all. So yeah, because probably I'm doing this, then I'm kind of getting stuck and letting the club release, where actually I need to continue to rotate and boom, kind of whoosh. Okay. 134, 134. Oh, I believe we're on to something, guys. Let's stop, because I already start feeling some pain. That's okay, because I want to have this motion over the top here, because I believe that's the one already done. But okay, once he's here, it's not finished. Then he continue rotating vertically. I don't know what this is going to look like or feel like with the driver. We'll see. Just let's try it. Let's try to go faster with the speed stick. See how fast we can go. And then we'll see with the driver. So let's do that. Here, wide, shift and whoosh. Okay. $124. Okay, that's not worse. Not worse, I think, at least. $121, but okay, focus too much on the technique here. Also, I feel a smaller stance equal less power. I'm really struggling to get fast with that kind of stance. Okay, 124. I mean, that's okay, given how slow I was at the beginning. Kind of okay. So let's go to the blue stick. Yeah, I'm start feeling the lack of water here. How long this session went? Is 58 minutes, I believe, and we had a little bit of talk before, so we are 1 hour, 10, 1:15 maybe. So okay, straight swing with the blue. So here, shift both, and then boom, kind of throwing the hip and the club forward. Okay. Oh, 120, new PB. New PB. New PB. Yeah, we are breaking 126 with the green. We are breaking it. I don't care. $120 again, and it felt kind of okay, because sometimes when I was rotating, then I was going kind of over the top like this and wasn't finishing great. Where by doing this and then going under vertically, kind of throw my hip forward, which helped me stay on the right plan. So interesting. Allez, 121. Let's go. 118. Anyway, I mean, that's, if you speed train, you know that. If you do a lot of good things, then you pumped up, I'm going to do better, and you do worse. That's kind of the life of speed training. Let's change, because I'm going to do the tag for the, now that I'm thinking about it, speed for the driver, and we see how fast I'm going to be able to go after that. So 3 swing with the red, and then we have the full all out series 3 set, which is stick, and one last one, and we'll be over with one last one with the green. So 2 sets left with the green. Narrow stance, narrow, because if I learn to produce speed with wide stance, that's useless. 112. That, okay, that's not insane, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. $112 again. Okay. 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 $113. And what's interesting on this one is I tried actually to get as wide as possible, keeping the club not set as far away as possible, and then when I started rotating over the top with the motion I explained, then building the lag, and it worked. It kind of get me a little extra speed, which actually have matched the last personal best that we had. So interesting. Again. So what's real is I didn't want to come today, but I did want to come because I had so much understanding that I wanted to try, and things that I figured out that I wanted absolutely to put to the test and to get my swing better. I wanted to come because of all of that. But I mean, I feel so bad today. Just my body tell me, no, I don't want. But my motivation was there. Yes, I want. And my body said, no, you can't do that. You can't. Don't go. And finally, yeah, I go. $123. Okay. $124. Okay. Allez, let's go. A little bit more. Lag and whoosh. Okay. $125. Okay. But I'm interesting because it means this thing is kind of holding up pretty well, actually. So 125. We have still 1 set to go, so let's not get too bogged down by this. But with the blue, this is the last one. So, but actually the blue, we are okay. We have already made a PB, 120. Last time was 119, so we are good to go. We can try to do 121, but this is the red one and the green. We need to go after it. 1 mile at a time. Okay, that's okay. Oh, 121. Let's go. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it. You remember I said that with the heavier stick, this is about the transition. That is more important to generate more speed. And with the green, this is more, the lighter one. This is about the impact area. And I believe that's why currently I'm focusing on everything at the same time. That's why I'm making some big progress with that one, but not with the other one. So that's a good thing that we have 2 more sets with those. We're going to try to focus on the right thing for each. Here we focus on everything. $120. Okay, we are cruising at 120. Not bad. Did I do 1 or 2 or 3? You know what? Anyway, let's just keep. Let's keep going. Even if I did only 2, that's okay because we already have a PB with the blue, so I need a PB with the red. Let's relax a little bit. So here, this is really about the transition because the club have much more momentum. So this is about lag, staying wide and creating lag, and using the lag to release. That was slow. Oh, 114. Let's go. Let's go. 114. That felt so slow. That's insane. That's 114. Let's go. Yeah, I'm sure you were wondering how the hell this is going to be a speed session when you're starting hitting that slow at the beginning. Well, now you have it. As long as I'm making incremental progress, even just 1 mile per session, that's good. But that's not how it's going to work because it's not linear. I'm going pretty much to reach a plateau at some point. And then I'm going to keep at it for a while and not make progress. And then I'm going to have another increase curve. So, but during those increase moment period, where you're just increasing almost at every session, that's kind of the target, 1 mile per session. Hey, let's go. No. I think I've cheated on this one. Well, that's a misread. 118, nah, I don't believe that. Don't believe that for 1 second. And also because that's too big of a jump, I won't be able to do a 19 next time, that's for sure. Oh, narrow stance, narrow. Okay, 130. Okay, we have our 114, so that's okay. We have our PB now. Last set with the green. 127. Let's go. That's be 126, and now we need to push through. And also, even though I may reach higher level on during the session, what I want is on my sheet I record the progress. I may be conservative in the way I record things because I don't want to go too fast, too quick, because then this is going to be much harder to progress. Just as long as I get better, for me, I just add 1 to the spreadsheet, saying, okay, yeah, I added 1, so that means I got better. Oh, narrow stance. $125, okay, for first swing. But I felt, because now I'm focusing more during impact. And I felt a lot more the power of the ground, the vertical. Let's go. Narrow stance, wide. $125, okay, and we need. Let's go! $127, okay. But I had to go a little bit hard at it, this one. Funny enough. Okay, really we are good. Now, we need to see how that translates to the golf swing and the sensation I have. So what I found, and try to replicate that. So I believe since I've struggled to go over 105, if I can kind of cruise, because what I want to do is kind of having my red stick being the speed of my driver, and at the moment I'm 114 with a red stick. Not sure I'm going to be able to do 114 with a driver, but we'll see. Let's try to. We have our target, 114 with the green stick, with a red stick, and that's what we are going to try to do with the driver. Did my phone? Yeah, but my phone is still up and running. But remember, each time I do speed training, generally the first ball is I'm missing it completely. So we'll see. I try to. So let's try to focus only on centering the ball. Narrow stance, narrow. Okay, I actually been able to touch the ball. That's kind of a good start here. Yeah, I'm creating a lot of lag. That's cool, but I'm not transferring enough to the left side. Yeah. It's kind of. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Is it the transition? So let's try to focus, because here I'm trying to focus on everything at the same time, and it seems that it doesn't produce that much result. Okay. Is it that I should focus more on the impact, like the green stick, or more like the red stick on the transition? Let's see. Let's focus first on the red, see if that's changed everything. Let's try to feel the same sensation as the red. Not necessarily. Okay, that's interesting. Now let's focus more like a green stick on the impact. Okay, now it seems that yeah, I'm so scared actually to not hit the ball that I'm kind of swinging conservatively here. So let's come back to speed stick. Okay, well, wait. That's insane. How am I able to swing that fast? Usually I'm able to kind of reach the level of not using the ground. That's insane. I feel that it's the main issue here. Okay, you know what? Let's just try to use the ground as much as possible, and if the swing overall kind of gets a little bit out of balance, that's okay. That's okay. Nah. How on earth? How on earth am I supposed to get to my left side? Let's try to keep my chest kind of closed. Am I shifting to my left? Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, just drive me insane. No, that's not that bad. That's even the issue. That's not looking that bad. Let's try to do both. Shifting my way to the left, keeping my upper body up, and then exploding over the top. Right, okay. Let's look at my stance. Is a little wide, but that's okay. That's less worse than what I'm used to. Okay, I believe there is something I'm not doing here. Because Rory is kind of setting his weight very early in his takeaway, and I'm doing it, but not enough. He's kind of doing it a lot more, almost setting all his weight. Then here, creating a big stretch, and there. I'm lacking space. I feel stuck. That's insane. I'm trying to rotate, but then I cannot feel there isn't that space here. Why? Oh, I just thought about something. Maybe. Hear me out. Maybe. Hear me out. 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 Maybe the fact that I'm not able to stretch my left arm that much, because there is only so much I can stretch here. But if my body is moving that way at the same time as I'm pushing that way, and the club is pulling me that way, maybe I can actually create even more stretch to set the club while starting the downshift. So what it means is basically, okay, so I'm starting here, I'm setting the club. I try to extend, because as soon I kind of left the takeaway, I kind of continue to push with the left while trying to actually shift to the left side. That way, the fact that my body is kind of going that way and the club at the takeaway have a lot of momentum that way, kind of creating two opposite motion, which actually is going to create even more stretch and allow me to set on my left side and keep the club. Oh yeah. And that actually killed. I was going about it the wrong way. It seems that I thought that, okay, the club is then pulling it. Once it's reached here, it's kind of pulling you that way, so you need to resist. But you know what? If you go that way as you're pushing with the left side, what happens is you're going to kill the momentum of the club. And then what happens is the club it doesn't want to go there. because you're already completely on your left side. You have completely killed. It's almost like the club have a lot of momentum here, but then you're pulling it, killing the momentum that way. Therefore, it's kind of slowing down until it reaches the perpendicular. At this point, it has no more momentum, and you're stretched and to your left side, and then you can kind of accelerate, or at least, and maybe that's why, because if I'm waiting to the club to be perpendicular to the ground to start shifting, I'm late, and that may be why I'm not able to move to my left side quick enough. Let's try that. Fuck. I'm too thirsty. I'm not sure that's the right word. I'm craving so much water currently. That's horrible. So here we set. Then it's kind of okay. We activate the lat. We stretch the lat here to get to the takeaway. But I'm kind of at the max of what I can do here. So I need to continue as I'm shifting to the left, and this actually sets the club and creates the lag. That's even weirder. But okay. That's weird. I'm very slow. That's okay. But it felt interesting. It felt very interesting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. Oh, I like it so bad. I like it so badly. Because naturally, the club doesn't really want to set, and so I have the ability to create so much lag on the way through. At least I'm feeling that. Oh, vache. Oh yeah, I start feeling in my swing, which I never felt before, the motion of wide lag, which create narrow, and then not really now the wide aspect, but I'm still not that much on my left side, though. That's kind of the only thing. So let's try to, really, like almost jumping to my left side and creating that lag, kind of exaggerating. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now, let's do the same thing. Yeah, because that's like, it's almost a continuous shift after the point of takeaway. Keep shifting, keep shifting. Now, let's do the width, but with the over-the-top rotation that I did earlier. Okay, given the fact that I'm doing a lot of things in my head, that's kind of fast, relatively. I'm still getting pulled to the left with my head. Oh, there is something I didn't. You see, I have so much thing in my head that I know what options, let's say. I have so much option in my head of how to improve everything. That's why I never had, I had coach, but things are going way too fast in my head, moving way too. I cannot have a thing. I cannot just see a coach every month or even every week for that matter. if I see someone every single week, given how much is going on in my head from a week to week, from even a day-to-day basis, I mean, how can he keep up? And how can we have some meaningful progress? Maybe that's also that prevent me from getting to the best level is maybe I'm changing too frequently. But that's kind of reason that I came back to this. This year I didn't record myself, which helped me actually not changing too much. But I really want to reach a level where I'm comfortable seeing myself on camera. I'm not changing everything. I believe that's what prevents me from. But I mean, I'm going to see. I'm hitting until 20 balls. Then I'm going to put this camera face on. I'm going to keep the face on view because I want to check it as well, so I can have record and do the little edit. And I don't know if I should put. Tell me, but if there is anyone watching actually, because I really at the moment maybe at some point I would build a following and there will be people listening to me at this point. Yes, 1 hour, 15, 20 minutes into a training session. Yeah, not saying there is only the hardcore that will be there. If you are one of them, congrats. So yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's okay. Yeah, I'm speaking alone. So, yes, I remember. Where do you think I should put the swing comparison with Rory? Because I'm going to do it anyway. Just for me, just to see, to make sure I'm progressing on the right track. But should I add it at the beginning of every single one of those videos? It's kind of weird because for a very long time, even though I knew kind of my swing looked like Rory, and I knew that, I was aware because that was what I was doing, but that I tend to come, as the years goes, to go further and further closer to his swing. But yeah, I don't know. For a while, I didn't want to know people to know that actually I was copying. It's not that I'm copying; it's just my swing look like his, and he's the best player in the world, and I'm not. So he probably is doing things better than I'm doing. So if my swing is close to his, probably I should just inspire myself from him. But yeah, but I mean, for now I don't care how I own it. My swing and Rory. I mean, if people start comparing me to Rory McIlroy. Who gives a fuck? But, and that may surprise you, but that's not that I'm not a fan of Rory. It's kind of, I'm neutral. I'm not a groupie. I like Rory as a player. He's a good player, but like a lot of players on the PGA Tour, it's just the only relation in my mind that I have is with his swing. And for me, Rory McIlroy and his swing is almost two entire different entities. Because I'm looking at Rory's swing at a specific date and time in the past. So everything he's doing now is for me kind of irrelevant because his swing is changing over time. But for me, why I'm doing all of that is mainly to have a point of reference to get my technique consistent over time. And so I have so this the video you saw is kind of my point of reference. I have another one which is down the line, which is I believe Rory McIlroy at Valhalla when he won his last major, and and that's kind of the two swing to I think all time the swing that I like the most, and if I can trend in that direction, I'm fine. But Rory's swing I evolved enormously over the years, so that's why for me the things that I'm doing and Rory is actually two different. And I have so big competitive nature that my true desire is actually to beat Rory. And if I can beat him on the very thing he never actually achieved, I mean, That's why that's my goal. But I'll let you guess what it is. Okay, let's just try to hit a few and just get more and more comfortable. Let's really try to resist with my head. But let's just do 5 more balls. Just going crazy at it. Just to try to feel a little bit of speed. Didn't read. Unfortunately. Oh, that's interesting. Start feeling some interesting things. Because sometimes, you know, just moving slow isn't going to do things right. You need to actually get a little bit of motion to start feeling things. Right, let's try to break 110, at least. Okay. Okay. Oh, something I just want to look at here is if my left leg is extending better. Yeah, a little too late. I can't even go a little sooner than that. I'm so slow, that's insane. Yes, that's really about how I'm able to hit or not my left side. So let's try to hit my left side as hard as I can while doing things approximately the right way. Okay? Here we go, 110. See? Left side. But is my swing going to look like okay? That's the question. Okay, that's not awful, that's not good either. But with motions we talk about. I'm kind of struggling to do the motion and pull my left leg. That's probably what I need to work on. Is hitting my left leg hard while doing that over the top motion. And yeah, extending my left leg a lot sooner. So hot. Trying to remove something. I don't believe that that's cold outside. Is it just me, maybe? I really, given the fact that the first session with the new microphone, I really hope the sound is great. Because I have no clue. Maybe I'm just talking and there's no. Okay. Okay, 9-9. That's. Try to keep just slightly my back to the target as I'm going after it. Okay, you know what? Let's put the camera there. That way we'll have some video where I'm going after it, and that actually look without, because if I'm filming myself, why the fuck? If I'm filming myself, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do a nice swing. Generally, when you observe the process change. And the best way to get actually a good view of what's going on is actually to film yourself while you're thinking about it. Just a little hack for you here. A little hack. Up, here we go. For you. Here we go. Let's go. Believe we are good here. Let's go. Let's try to at least 111. Hit and keep the back to the target. Okay, 109. Slow, but that's okay. Getting there. How the swing does. Okay. Yeah, but I should try to just go after it a little bit. I have no clue where the ball is going, but that's okay. That's part of speed training, you know. Kind of not rotating enough, but narrow stance, narrow. And maybe that's not the issue here. It's just I've learned so much to produce power with my left leg that now, if I don't use it, I'm kind of getting screwed and not know how to produce power without it. So let's try to figure that out, how to produce power without my left leg. Rory is talking a lot about engaging his right side. So here he's doing all that, okay, that, and then he's engaging his right side to create the whip effects. This is what he say. But between what he say and what he feels, that might be a different story. That's what he feel, and that's how he explain it. But truth might be a little different. So let's try to here and let's try what he does. That's feel weird. You know what? Maybe I was both right and wrong. Interesting. Always very interesting. Yeah, you're kind of. Anyway, kind of okay. I will change that in the production because so as I said, when I'm doing that, then I have both here that are going that way. But maybe he's also doing a little bit of that during the transition to get to his left side. That might be a case as well, to stay shut. So wide, and really sitting down here before whoosh. Yeah, slow of course, because now I'm a little bit relaxed, less tension, just to focusing more on the technique. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad. Because I thought just something before the swing, and say, you know what, that's okay, we'll see later. And now I'm forgetting it. Oh yes, I know. Because me, when I do this, Rory may need to feel that motion, but because he used to get very stuck here like this. So of course, for him to feel that way, kind of good, because then he's allowing to have to not get stuck too much behind. He kind of stay outside. But that's mainly my right elbow. Okay, so that's good that I'm doing this. But then it's about letting my right elbow flying a little bit, so I can give some space for the club to come inside and whip outside. That was the idea. But still, we see that, okay, doing what I said I'm going to do on the transition, look very good. So let's keep that as well. Too much stuff to think about. Too much stuff to think about. So let's, okay, here, then kind of and pulling the arm. Let's try that. So what I thought is actually doing the things, as I said, in the beginning of the downswing, going over the top, but then pulling almost my arm in to continue rotating through. Doesn't look bad. I'm not rotating enough. Okay. Here we go, because the feeling that I had with the speed stick, where I actually go over and then under vertical, was great. But with the club face, what happened is if I do that, up, I'm arriving with the club face like this. That's probably why I wasn't able to produce power, because subconsciously I know I won't be able to hit the ball and only way is behind with the bottom of the club. But if I'm doing that and kind of getting stuck here to get the club released, that might be a thing. That might be actually reason, a way to make it work. So we are going to try that, going really above and under, like the speed stick, but during the in the impact, trying to pull my body in. Oh, yeah, my lower body. That's kind of okay. This one is the closer you get to the impact, the more difficult it is to time things. But believe that not the. Yeah. There is something here. There is fucking something. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Start getting somewhere here. Stance is too wide, though. Let's try to do the same with a more narrow stance to allow myself to rotate. If I'm right, I didn't do it right. You didn't got it? Oh, shit. Nice wide days. Yeah, I need to pull so hard the club inside as I'm going over the top. That's really weird, to say the least. Yeah, because if I'm not pulling it enough, then I'm missing right, mile right, actually. So let's try to focus just on the pulling motion, try to keep doing the same swing over the top and so on, but more on the pulling motion that allow me to maybe rotate more. What I want to see is if I'm missing right or not. Because here, if the club face doesn't shut, I'm missing way too much right. It just means that nah. Yeah, maybe for now I just need to focus on pulling the club in. Here, wide. I'd like to see my swing gear get a little better. I don't want to change the camera angle now, so it kind of... Oh, left. Oh, wait. So let's focus only on that. Probably, and until that becomes less, almost more natural. Face angle negative, that's kind of a big progress. And, did I turn a little bit more? Oh, not that impact. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, because this is kind of that is wide, and then I'm rotating and kind of getting the club inside with the lag, and then this is really kind of maybe try to just get that motion right with then narrow as I'm rotating to get the club inside, and then whoosh, explode wide. Yeah, kind of weird. But so let's kind of so the thing that I said earlier, that jumping to the left side, moving a little bit to here forward, help the transition. Maybe I need to do it much earlier, because then I need to build lag. Basically what I'm thinking is, okay, I'm getting wide here. I was, as I said, going to the left, but doing that with the jumping motion, like this, to set the club. And then, yeah. And then when I'm on the other side, I can rotate it. Whoosh. So, yeah, so we're getting wide. Then I'm shifting to the left by jumping and keep stretching my left arm for the club to just lag naturally. And then rotating. Whoosh. Well, I believe there is something here. There is something. So, I'm kind of running low on balls, getting tired. Let's recap all that we've seen so far. First, width. Really setting on my right side and kind of stretching my left lat as I'm going back to get as wide as possible. Then, once I'm here, keep stretching the left lat, but actually getting the club pulling my shoulder, which creates more lat, as I'm jumping to the left side. That sets the club, and that's also something I like, in a natural motion, by pulling the club. Because until now I was just resisting, but by actually pulling the club back, I'm allowing it to set. Hop. And then, yeah, almost, yeah, kind of forgetting about the over the top for now, just trying to rotate with the club here, and maybe trying to get in behind like this. Because I was doing this and this, maybe I can just do here and still behind, but because the club is inside, it's going to shut. Anyway, that's a kind of a lot. I need to process all of that. Oh, fuck it. Oh, fuck it. Oh, that doesn't look that bad. Okay, still my arm not straight enough. But I'm shifting a little bit more. Both leg turn. But, and this is where I don't know. Kind of, Rory is slowing his hip down. Okay. But that is slowing it down much later than that. So what can I do? And that's not his upper body, that's really slower. So, I'll just try to exaggerate the hip motion for now. And we'll see about it later. Yeah, because that's okay to rotate, but then you need to extend, and that, I believe me. That may be the thing that I'm not doing it. But oh, maybe, you know what? Because I know I have a tendency to overuse my upper body compared to my lower body. So, and Rory, I know, is more lower body driven than his lower. So maybe, hear me out. Maybe I should just focus on the lower body and not the upper body. Yeah, I know. That's obvious, but for me that's not. So here, I'm saying, yeah, that's probably that. Because every 100th or 1,000th of a second, I'm thinking about my upper body. I'm not thinking about my lower body. And therefore, I'm getting late. So, if I want to avoid that, I need to just think about the lower body. And this idea of getting over the top is probably to compensate a lower body that is too active. But for now, my lower body is not active enough. So, let's focus only on that. Here, jump on my left side and just explode with my lower body without caring about anything else. Let's eat that left leg. Yeah. I'm thinking too much maybe about rotating. Maybe I should think about having my upper body up as having my lower body going up instead of, and having my upper body staying down. Because that's something that I've saw also with this swing is his head in the downswing kind of stay very low for the whole downswing, and even at impact is staying relatively low. So yeah, you see here yeah. And my upper body should probably focus only on keeping the lag. Let's focus on that for the last two balls. Wide, jump here, and then rotate as I'm trying to keep the lag for as long as I possibly can. But just explode up with my lower body. It felt interesting. A little more swing deer as well, because you remember that when I'm at my best, this is mainly about 10 or so degree right of swing deer. It felt right, that felt better, but still very slow. So let's try to hit the left leg and focus on everything for the last ball. Okay. Yes, we are done. So let's see how this swing look. And I believe probably the club start getting a little flat at the top as well. So yeah, I'm scooping the. Wow, what the fuck? No. I get it. Here, wide. And tuck. Ha 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 ha. I believe that once I'm here wide, then I stretch and start the lower body as I'm creating that lag, and the downswing start wide. I really swing that one really slow, and that's still 106. And because I'm engaging my lower body sooner, it creates some interesting things. Yeah, but I didn't build the lag. Because I was focused too much on my lower body. But the lower body kind of going a little faster now. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So that's, that's it. Because, as I said, we are wide, and then by shifting the weight to the left, we are actually creating lag. And actually, this is here where I need to start engaging my lower body, but much more, not that way, but much more with the right heel. So actually, that's kind of doing the same thing, but that's not two things at different times. That's not, okay, backswing doing a little bit and then downswing a little bit more. That's actually, I'm resisting and engaging at the same time, but we are seeing the timing of the left and right here moving forward during the beginning of the dancing. Anyway, so yeah, mainly this is one fluid motion where we're wide, then I'm engaging my lower body and creating lag and getting some space between my right elbow and my chest, basically. And then I'm doing so, I'm continuous, as the lag is building, I'm rotating, and it's releasing. So lag build and release. Oh, that's painful. And the lower body kind of look okay. Let's try to for now, let's try to just engage the lower body in the right way and build the lag. And we'll see later about how to get faster. But yeah, that's probably. Yeah, try to focus on building more and more and more lag. And then, once I have all the lag I want, the club will get faster probably. And the fact that the hand is still low is probably because I'm not resisting enough with the right arm. Because here, yeah, I should not fall. Up there. Yes. Yes, so that's the idea. You engage the lower body, build lag, but keeping the kind of the right arm extended to resist a little bit, to keep things high. And that's not that bad, actually. We start getting somewhere. You know what? I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.